Let the Flowers Fade, for Anne, by Jane Munro, Mudgee, 2850. Narrated by Chloe Schwank. The whiteboard at the foot of my bed shows a list of mostly mundane items. Nearly all have a line drawn through them. I've returned my library books, paid the power bill, given my sheet music to Helen. Neville collected my chooks a few weeks ago. The remaining things are now the responsibility of others. In particular, the final item in the list, which I've abbreviated to spare tender feelings, FUNL, funeral. The ambulance people want us to leave by the back door, the front steps of my old house being too steep for the gurney. I'm glad, because it means I'll see my garden one last time. I haven't been able to get out there recently. Wrapped up against the chill September air, I'm reclining like an ancient queen as we make our careful procession down my cracked concrete path. My daughter, walking beside, looks stricken. There's my tottering hills hoist, draped with what, to an unsympathetic eye, probably looks like so much faded, bunting trailing tresses of Spanish moss. These are plants that seem to live on air, and which I've watched, with quiet admiration, for a dozen years. If no one disturbs them, they'll keep going all the way down to the ground. Crossing the shaded courtyard, we pass the water plants in the big stone urn. My water iris will bloom soon. I can see young pale purple buds forming amongst the tall strappy leaves. But they'll be too late for me. I had hoped. Winter has hung around so long. I looked forward to the first splash of rich purple every spring. Now, out of the shade and into the flower garden, my eyes recoil from the dazzling sky. I ask the attendants to wait for a moment until my vision returns. Then I can see the gold and bronze blossoms of the French marigolds, and my favourite since I was a young child, the nasturtiums, their bright yellow and orange flowers dotted among apple-green leaves. I see the amaranths, magenta catkins, like pendant ropes strung with round beads, the plant's name derived from the ancient Greek word meaning immortal. This dazzling vista works like a shot in the arm, and momentarily life bursts through. Beyond these beds of ornamentals, I'm passing beneath the leafless grey latticed canopy of my jacaranda. It's still winter for the jacaranda. A great ache grips my chest. I remember November and the much-anticipated budburst, the highlight of each year. I remember enchanted afternoon tea parties here with many friends. A jacaranda in full bloom is transcendent. Barefoot children frolicked here on the deep mauve carpet, bewitched by the luxurious petal fall. They really did frolic. And while the children played, their parents would linger in the warm November dusk, making music, drinking tea, sipping wine, waiting for the blaze of sunset. Too soon we are bumping over the uneven ground of the grassy slope, heading down towards my front gate. And there's the ambulance waiting, its rear doors standing open. We pass the vegetable garden where I toiled happily for decades, growing salad vegetables in summer, broad beans and carrots in winter, year on year, working to keep myself strong and, I believed, healthy. Always offering departing visitors a couple of cucumbers, a lettuce, some herbs wrapped in damp newspaper. Maybe an egg or two from my Isa Browns. We move on. Eyes left, and there are the echiums, each with its single great torpedo-shaped flower, towering above clusters of silvery grey leaves, each leaning a little, this way or that. They always make me smile, imagining a guard of honour formed by tipsy alien life forms. Not to everyone's taste, in the garden, but I've always felt an affinity with these awkwardly exuberant plants. They will self-seed for many years, popping up in unexpected spots wherever the earth has been disturbed as each autumn approaches. Too soon I'm through the gate. It's not physically possible for me to look back. I won't see my garden again. An earthquake of loss engulfs my whole body, but I will not cry. In the hospice, family and friends visit and we talk. I tire quickly and find myself ready for them to leave. One old friend I actually did ask to leave. She seemed hurt. Most visitors bring flowers. Now they're arranged on every available surface in my small room. I ask people to rearrange the furniture to make sure I can see all of them easily from my bed. As my hospice days unexpectedly become weeks, an annoying orderly wants to tidy up the flowers. They're wilting and they're smelly, she insists. I think, like most of us in this place. I say, no, leave them, just change the water. My sense of smell has gone and my eyesight is diminishing. I can't move without assistance, but I can still see shapes and colors. I want to watch the flowers as they fade. I'm not ready to say goodbye to flowers. The end.